Live. Peace YouTube. This is Fleurbrun coming to you today with a new topic of discussion. Most of you may not even be up or aware that I'm live. So as you check on in, put a handy dandy like as you check in. We're gonna get into December. It's only saying one person's in here. Two people are in here. I'll wait until a few more people check in. It's wild. You know, YouTube is up to the shenanigans this morning. Hey Thor, hey Bobby. Hey An, hey Esha, Nubia, Shivi, Swa, Vibe, Ikandi, Sun, hey Naima, hey Jean, Major, Shannon, hey Tututu, hey Monique. Monique, we're normally up at Zoom time. Eva, hey Eva. I love the way your name is spelled. Is it Iva or Eva? I like that name, Russia. Hey Daryl, hey Lindsay, hey Brian, hey Foreign, hey Seeking, hey Leslie, hey Marcella, hey Charlene, hey Linda, hey Sister Sirius in the house, Shine. Hey my loves. Check on in. I hope you're up for the shenanigans you having this rising. Look, you want to see how sweet my baristas are? Look what they wrote me. Look what they wrote on my coffee. It says, have a great day, Queen. This is how they love me. I love to be loved. I love love. I love seeing love. I love being in love. But they call me Queen. I was like, go ahead. Go ahead. Big up to the baristas at my local, my local Starbucks chemicalization pharmacy. So, anyway, let me take a sip for the haters. Haters, I know you're mad. I'm still alive. I'm still happy. I'm still mated. I'm still talking smack online. This is for the haters. Can't stop, won't stop. This is when they put their dislike. You're following me. I'm not following you, haters. Anyway, let me stop. I'm feeling myself this morning. So, this rising. So anyway, yeah, I'm going on a coffee, a coffee broth diet. I won't give up my coffee, so I decided I'm gonna be a liquiditarian until the 21st. So because I don't want to give up my coffee, I decided to add my coffee into my elixir. So I'm on a coffee broth diet until I leave this country. You won't have me for much longer. So I hope you like that. Hey Susu, I'm grateful. I'm in my Star Trek, my pre Star Trek outfit, because when I leave this country, yeah, I'm on a liquid diet. It's called the coffee broth diet. I will keep my coffee and I'm just gonna live off broth. Hey, what's that anyway? Let me behave myself. Anyway, so let's get into December 21st, the grand finale to the end of the cycle. They are, we got the helicopters ushing. Yo, I didn't think they start so early. Hey, they really coming in. I mean, I didn't even start the conversation. My God, it's a cool day over here in Florida too. So let's get into conversation. Hey, Paige. So yeah, they're not getting stalky. Listen, they just listen. This is how I feel. I'm loved. So no matter, it doesn't matter what they do. I'm loved. They're just mad. Let me take another sip. I'm sorry. So yeah, no, I'm leaving this country. I'm done. I'm done with the shenanigans. I am doing my exodus out of this country. So be grateful I'm here. While I'm here, I don't know if I'll be online by then. When I go to my overground bunker. Notice I didn't say my underground bunker. I'm about to go to my overground bunker. I will only be here for a short period of time. I'm telling you, I'm leaving the country. I'm leaving the shenanigans. I am opting out of the United States of America. I'm just saying, they've gone too far with their nanobots, their pharmaceutical nightmare, their freaking they got Gazoo running, they got the Trojan horse, they got all kinds of. I'm done. Like I've opted out. I'll be back after they go crazy. Okay, they're locking everything down. Let me say first, I heard that Bobby Brown's son was killed. I'm sorry, he passed away. Rest in power to Bobby Brown's. Actually, Bobby Brown's son. This is the son of the woman he had been with for many years, the one he truly loved. He was with her. I think he was with her for like on and off for 11 years. So his son passed away as well. I mean, my gosh, that man is dealing with tragedy after tragedy. It's crazy. Whitney didn't really like that one. She had an issue with that son. I don't know why. I knew about that years ago. Like, Whitney did not want him to be around that child. I don't know if it was the mother issue. I don't know if it was Bobby, little Bobby. She was threatened by. I don't know what it was. I can't say, but I heard that years ago, and it was something that was really definitive in that relationship, and it caused issues. But anyway, I'm diverging. Let's get into the initiation happening December 21st. Okay. Hi. I love it. Oh, he's doing like this. His dog is walking him while he's on his on his rolling thing, rolling with the homies. Anyway, I got all these new people in my neighborhood. They're doing their exodus in Florida. I don't blame them. It's beautiful here. So we have the December 21st light code initiation, the rainbow light code initiation. It is a fact. It is here. It is coming. It is the end of the cycle. So only those who qualify are able to have this initiation, meaning that you've leveled up. Level up my back. Oh my God. My back. Oh, that's why I have to go on a liquid diet. So only if you are qualified to have this initiation will you be receiving the light codes, okay? Yes, it's like a solar flash. Very good, Gio, but it's a radiation flash from the center of the galactic center, actually the celestial center. So what it is that during this time, that's why they're trying to lower everyone's immune system. That's why they're trying to give you shots of mass destruction. That's why they're trying to lock you down. That's why they're trying to destroy your peace of mind. That's why they're trying to make sure that you are low, so you aren't at that ceiling to receive the rainbow light codes. Now, this will allow you, this is basically like a key. This is a key that allows you to ascend past the Fahrenheit, past the what is that thing? The that covering, that covering, that grid that's keeping everybody encased in here, tethered in here. So, big up to everyone in my Zoom crew. You are the bomb. I got to give them a shout out to those on Patreon, because they go on balls to the wall. I have to give them, because and big up to the young ladies who gave me the intel. Now, first, I know she went missing. I haven't any beef with you. I love that you gave us information, and I hope you're well. It was a young lady who gave us information on how to get rid of nanos, and a lot of people weren't able to do so because they're infested with nanos all in their tattoos. I was able to get our crew, because I was like, I can only be down with those who are nano free, and my crew got rid of nanos out of their tattoos. It was the firmament. Thank you. They are the bomb.com, and they listened to everything that I shared. This is what I know that you're leveled up. So big up to the Zoom crew, the Patreon crew. We had the regimen. A lot of people were fearful because the girl was getting threatened. Two of the young ladies were frightened. The first one was frightened because she gets threatened all the time, because all the nano-infected bastards. People are infested with nanos, and especially if they got a whole bunch of tattoos. I don't mess with anybody with a whole bunch of tattoos on their body, because I already know they got that black goo in them, and them nanos are like popping it like it's hot. They're like this. They're like pulsating, okay? I'm not going to get into here because I don't want to really go on that tangent. But I want to give a big shout out to them, because I really want to give props where props are deserved. You know what I mean? People don't have to level up. They could just keep, bound to the restrictions of the matrix and be okay with it. But some people, some souls are here. They're about that life. So they're here for the leveling up. Okay. So big up to those who have done their nano cleansing, and they're cleaning their nano now, because if you are inundated with nanos, you won't get those light codes. So if you have artificial parts, you are an artificial being. You aren't natural in the way that you are physically And you know what I mean. I don't want to get all kinds of, because you'd be like, oh, Fleurbrun, you're so judgmental. I'm keeping it real. I'm a triple Sag. There's nothing. I won't give it to you. I give it to you with a chaser. Sometimes I give it to you with a little bit of a, preamp. But if you're filled with a whole bunch of artificial parts, or you aren't constructed in the way that you were physically intended, you aren't going to be leveling up. Okay, you have to, in order to, that's why they've done all these programs. And let me get into that so I can let you know. Let you know how real this is. They have basically initiated all of these social engineered programs. Listen to what I said. Please put a like on the video if you're up for the shenanigans today. I'm like a commercial. Please, I would appreciate if you put a like. That way the video stays up. That way they don't mess with my videos. Okay? They have initiated social engineered programs to make sure that you are going to get a large amount of nano and or you're artificially or you've compromised your soul essence. It's disgusting. They're bastards of mass destruction. These are the matrix coordinators. Some of you call them archons, whatever you call them. That's what it is. So they've initiated these programs. They did it by, the crack era, the heroin era, pharmaceutical era, and all these pharmaceuticals. I haven't seen so many people die. And I said die, not transcend. Die. Because if you're doing drugs and you OD, that you die. Okay? You're going to come back into like the hellish relish. Oh my God. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, you're going to come back in a hellish relish when you aren't able to transcend and to ascend to higher planes. Because remember, this is a recycling program. Only those who get past that firmament, that's what I love it, the dome. Only those who get past, go. And they go into higher realms like 5D and above. It's not only 5D. It's like 5D and above. But they initiate all these programs. So they got people on all kinds of pharmaceuticals. They have people in all kinds of, they got nanobots, and they got the black goo all in the tattoos. So people, and then you wonder why people are addicted to tattoos is because once you get the nanos in you, they want their homies in you too. They can only infest you. They can only bypass your free will if you give them permission. So when you go in and get your tattoo and you think you pop it in like it's hot, do you ever ask them what kind of ink? Where's the ink come from? It's black goo. Big up to Max Spears, who spoke on this as well. Okay? And you think your thoughts are yours, they aren't yours. And you know what's crazy? Big up to our Sunstar, who's with us on Zoom. I really appreciate it. He was talking about the fact that the Mandela effect was the effect. He was watching another gentleman, and I agree with this because I heard this years ago, but now I know for a fact that the Mandela effect was simply the initiation of nano, the introduction of nano into everyone's bodies, and it changed your memory. And they started to inundate with all these chemtrails, contrails, and the nano started to attach to your neurosynapses, to your synapses. It started to initiate different memories. So what it's doing is uploading you with different memories. So we thought it was a timeline shift. No, we've been got. That's a lie. It wasn't a timeline shift where we're in different timelines. No, it was nano that hijacked the brain that made some of us think that we were experiencing or knowing different things. So it gave us different memories. That's what it did. So just know that for those who are having memories that are different than others, we've all been got. That was part of the nano program, the initiation of the nano program. It's just amazing to me that all of these countries, especially United States of America, is the head of the Kukarachi network, the Umbrella Network, the Raccoon City Network. But at the tippy top of that is a queen. The queen that many people worship. That queen that likes to eat little children, that's got a whole bunch of bones buried underneath her castle, that doesn't change, she just shape shifts when she's about to take you out. That queen. She's the head of this nest, okay, of the umbrella network. She rules over every nation. But she's a queen that's ending. Remember, there's a queen that's coming up. There's one queen on each planet. Let me state this again. There's one queen on each planet. Her reign is over. There's another queen that's been hidden who's going to take over. She's now been phased out. But the fact of the matter is that diabolical queen is a reason why many of us have been, bamboozled, lied to, chemicalized, traumatized. This is that bastard queen. You know when they say off with her head? Some of you, I don't even know how she's able to just walk around in the castle. Okay? So I'm just saying, family, clean yourself up from the nano, because you won't be able to listen if you got artificial parts and all that stuff. Okay, so they initiated all these programs. They initiated drugs. They bioengineered the food. Okay, the bioengineered the food, so the food isn't as natural as it was before. Remember that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how old that queen is. She's like ancient. They've nano-engineered the food. So a lot of the foods, remember, it's crazy to me. Like, I big up to Sprouts. I just went to my Sprouts that's in my neighborhood. I got a new Sprouts. That's usually a Kelly. Big up to all my West Coast. Where are my West Coasters in here? You know what? Let me give a little love. Please put a like on the video if you're up for the shenanigans, because I'm going to go in today. I really appreciate you West Coasters. You know why? Because you get all the good stuff. Like, here on the East Coast, yeah, we get some stuff, but we going to pay. Y'all on the West Coast have more, healthier stores. You have, like, vegan, raw place. I mean, you got a lot of stuff in Cali. I'm just really disgusted that Sprouts is coming at the end of days. Why wasn't Sprouts here when I needed it? Because I was growing my own Sprouts, to be honest. So big up to all you West Coasters. You don't know how lucky you are. Even though they're driving you out of Cali. Well, everybody's leaving Cali. And they're doing that purposefully, right? Because the people who are staying, the very wealthy are staying in Cali. It's only those who are who didn't get the golden ticket that are leaving Cali. If you've got the golden ticket, you're staying in Cali. And if you notice, anyone who's moving to Cali right now, they're probably down with the anybody moving to Cali now is probably down with the Masons and the Dark Kabbalists. So if you know anyone who's going to the West Coast right now, I'm not talking about the people who are staying and living there. Those are high-end people that they got the golden ticket. They don't have to leave. Everybody else has to leave, okay? I'm talking about the ones who are going. They're all initiated into the order. Okay, so I watch everybody who's moving there. Because if you're moving to Cali at this point, that means you're down with the okie doke. You down with the order. You got to check with your name on it. And they're not going to give you the golden ticket, but they may tell you they're going to give you the golden ticket. That's just my take. Okay? So anyway, so let's go into what they've done over the last couple of years to make sure you aren't going to hit that glass ceiling. So that's why I said I love Sprouts. Big up to Sprouts in my neighborhood. I love Sprouts. I had so much fun at Sprouts yesterday. I'm going to go, and I love that it's in walking distance. I love my Sprouts. I am really appreciative. I manifested that place because Whole Foods was a damage to my peace of mind. Whole Foods is the devil. Notice I didn't say Whole Foods. I said Whole Foods. Food of mass destruction. Okay, don't give me, I'm going to get triggered. Okay, let me keep on task. So anyway, so we have geoengineered food. There isn't a time when you can get fruit that doesn't have seeds and they call it organic. Only in this crazy world could you buy fruit without seed. Seedless fruit. You know what we call seedless fruit? That is a homogenized, genetically damaged, replicated food. And when that replicated, damaged, homogenized food goes in your body does not recognize it. It thinks that it's foreign. And then if you eat it enough, your body starts to change. That isn't organic. That's an oxymoron to even call it organic. You know these bastards, how do you call a seedless fruit? Or this is what I'm saying. Bananas used to have seeds, my loves. When I was a little girl, big it to my brethren. When I was a little girl, I had seeds in my banana. And I used to try to pick them out because I didn't like the seeds, the little black seeds in my bananas. I'd go on my bananas, I'd say, oh, banane jaune, banane verde. Banane jaune is like the yellow banana. I'd go and try to pick out my little seeds out of my banana, right? How is it that you're eating these big bulked up freaking Terminator, big bulked up so-called organic? First of all, those bananas are too big. You ever see bananas, natural bananas pod? They're small. They're beautifully small. They have seeds. These are disgusting. Don't get me on. And I'm allergic to them. I'm allergic to them. I have an allergy to genetically homogenized foods. Gluten. When I leave this darn country, I won't be eating any more wheat. This is the wheat. The wheat in this country also is a Terminator wheat. Why all these people have celiacs, diabetes, all that stuff? Because they homogenize the wheat. The wheat berries that used to be like white bread. Remember Wonder Bread? Remember regular bread? We used to eat Wonder Bread and stuff. No one was sick and had digestional problems, right? I even get like a flashback. Like we used to eat peanut butter and jelly. Remember those days? I used to eat peanut butter and jelly, and it was so good. And it didn't have all this chemicals. I remember writing, because our teachers in fourth grade? No, it was fourth or fifth grade. They had us write to our bread companies, like White Bread, Wonder, what was the other one? What was the other bread? It was like another bread. We had to write to these companies or the cereal companies, and we wrote letters to them saying how we liked their stuff or why we liked it, and they would write us back. But we could read the ingredients. It was like 3 or 4 ingredients. Now you read your bread, you got all, listen, you reading out carcinogens. My mother's got celiac. She's always been said. She's from South America. Her people are naturally from South America. Big up to our South American family. My mother's originally, even though they were in the French Caribbean, Martinique, they migrated from South America, from Cayenne, and also from Brazil. Wheat isn't their main staple. They do a lot of cassava flour and tapioca flour. So I think by the nature of her being non-indigenous to this terrain, it just messed with her stomach. And I don't blame her, because that celiac is your blessings. You should be happy if you have allergies to these things. I'm allergic to everything that's negative. I'm allergic to soy, gratefully. I'm allergic to the gluten, gratefully. I'm allergic to geo-engineered fruit and mass destruction. I'm allergic to chicken that has lesions all over it. That's why they sell you half a chicken. Big up to Marcia, who shared that with us. The chicken's why they sell you half a chicken and quarter chicken and all that stuff. They don't sell you the whole chicken because there's lesions. So they throw out the side that has lesions. And then people are like, oh, I don't do soy. But if you eat chicken, do you know that the chicken's feed is mostly soy? Do you know that the eggs, unless it says soy free, that chicken is eating soy? So you aren't even avoiding the soy because they'll put it in the feed of the animals. So you get the nice inundation of carcinogens through the flesh of mass destruction with the chicken. And then you get a nice little dose of the freaking soy bots that'll totally take out a man's testes. I love my man. Let me say this. I love my man. I love him so much. I wouldn't ever serve him chicken. Listen, I love him so much that I make sure that anytime he eats from my hands, from my kitchen, from what I create for him, it is only the best. And because he's a virile man, and he's like a hunter-gatherer, he's like a hunter, he's a savage, because he's an alpha. He's a true alpha. I feed him things that keep him like revved up so he can take the enemy out for me and protect our family. That's what I do for my man. Okay? I don't mess with men who eat chicken, because when he's eating too much chicken, I know his balls of mass destruction aren't working. His wand is probably Waverly. He probably is taking all kinds of Celastis, what is that stuff? Viagra and all that stuff, because he's eating too much soy. Okay? If you love your males, my beautiful sea stars, don't serve him chicken and mass destruction. You don't love him if you're serving him chicken. If you're serving him arroz con pollo, or poulet, or chicken, you don't love him. You actually probably take him out. If I don't know if you have an insurance policy, maybe that's your motivation. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let me stop. Okay. So food has been chemicalized. Please put a like on the video if you like what I share with you. Putting a like lets me know, and also leaves YouTube. They leave my videos up if I have a lot of likes. So I do pander for the likes because it does allow for them to leave me the heck alone. Because they know that you like it, and they know that they want you to keep coming to their channel, even though they have all these rules and regulations, because it's their channel. But that helps. Okay, so we have Waverly Food. You got fruit of mass destruction. You got soil that's leached with nanobots. The initiation of the vegan. Okay, so we got a couple tiers going on. And we're going to talk about the light codes, because this is, someone's like, oh, what does this matter? Get into the light codes. You won't get light codes if you have nano oil in your body. They'll hijack your codes. They'll suck the light out of the codes. You won't get a thing. So I'm trying to help you out. I'm loved. Sorry. Okay. And this is why I took my Zoom crew on Patreon and I made sure they were all clean from nano, because I love them. They come to my channel. They're up for the shenanigans. They weren't fearful. They said, screw this. We going with Fleurbrun up to the higher realms. We going with our homies. See, that's what I love about everyone who's trying. It isn't your fault necessarily, but if you aren't aware, and I know your awareness by what you allow. And it's the same with me. You know my awareness by what I allow. If I allow certain crazy things, like certain things, you know something's wrong. Okay. So okay, so chicken of mass destruction. How can we get? I did a whole series. Oh, hey, Goddess Libra. Thank you, my love. I did a whole series. I can't do it here because they attacked me and they attacked the young lady. You'd have to. That's a private group, and the only reason I can't talk about it publicly is because they attacked her vehemently, and she went into hiding. That's how bad it is. Because once you clear out the nanos, they attack you, and that's a fact. I'm 1000%. So when I initiated everything, that's when the Smithitarians come for you. She disappeared because she was fearful because of how much they attack you. Because once you start cleaning the nanos, the homies around you who are all nano infected will try to attack you. They'll try to gaslight you. They'll try to vilify you. It's real. Now, this is real conversation. Not everything is for everybody. So you got to make sure that if you about that life, you got to be truly about that life, because it's a lonely life. You won't have a friend because most of your friends are nano infested, and you will find out quickly once you start clearing out your nanos and they attacking you for no reason. That's how you know. There's the body snatchers, and the best thing I can say, Libra, go watch the movie The Body Snatchers, and that gives you a great understanding of what I'm talking about. Hold on, they're trying to put nano in the air. Let me clear it out. We have the other young lady who could actually see the nano. It's crazy. Now, I'm not doing drugs. Just doing my eucalyptus. People are like, oh, she's doing drugs on live. Yeah, I'm doing eucalyptus. People. They say the craziest things about me. Oh, she's on drugs. She sleeps with everybody online. She's a clone. Clones can't have babies or get pregnant. And you listen to any of these garbage people. Hold on. Okay, let's get into it. So they made sure they initiated the vegan program, because a lot of the vegan has oxalates on it. A lot of the greens has oxalates, high amount of oxalate. That oxalate allows for things to get caught up on your skin inside of you. It's crystals, it's little nano crystals. And the nano fibers from the sky utilize the oxalates to be able to activate themselves. Then the blue field on your phone allows for replication of the nanotubes that grow. And so they can engineer themselves. They're like little robots, okay? What else it needs? And it needs for your bloodstream to be highly alkaline. You've been set up, family. Veganism is a setup. And it isn't that it's not healthy. I think it's good for especially people who eat a lot of flesh for many years. I think it's healthy, but this is the time that they initiated it because it's dastardly. See, remember, whenever they introduce something to you, whenever they're promoting something, you must know it's agenda based. Why would they promote a vegan lifestyle and make you healthy when they're giving you fluoride, when they're trying to give you shots of mass destruction? Why would they do that? Because it was a setup. Remember, 5 years I made that video and I said, I've been a part of that community for a long time. There's a reason why they're promoting it. I didn't know at the time, but it's because of all the nanos. Because the plants, because the fibers are going all in there, the fibers are all inside of the plants, and all those little oscillates on top are little crystals, and that all helps in raising your pH, making you super, super alkaline, making the blue fields on your phone. It's like being in a laboratory. And it geoengineers and it replicates nanos. So 99% of everybody is infected. Now, to the degree they're infected with nanos, that's a whole nother conversation. All you can do is make sure it isn't hijacking your thoughts. So let's go back. Big up to Bruce on Patreon, who also brought up the fact that all of our memories, the Mandela effect, wasn't what we thought. It wasn't a timeline hijacking or timeline bleed over. It was literally nano being infested into the brain and people having different memories because that was the beta test. They got us, family. It was a beta test. That was a beta test to see if your memories would change based on the nano initiating different patterns of thought. You need to watch Total Recall. Okay? Total Recall. Why they don't want you eating meat is because meat binds the nano. They don't want you eating meat. The meat actually binds the nano. Okay? Okay? That's why they want you to stop eating red meat. They didn't want you going vegetarianism because eggs and all that other stuff, you still have high amount of fats. Because if you get fats in your diet, it does bind the nano. They want your body totally open and receptive to being hijacked. Totally. They need you vegan. They don't need you vegetarian. They don't need you pescatarian. They need you to be totally receptive to the nano so you can be totally infiltrated. And like I said, family, this is real deal conversation. We know people that have done and talked about it, and they are basically being attacked to the point where they fear for their lives. Their lives are being threatened. I say big up to the C-Star who shared it with us. She went in hiding because she was scared of what happens. They attack her. And why they attack her is because everyone's infected with nanos. Everyone's infected with nanos. So that is part of why you won't be able to get the light coat if you're infected with too many nanos. And how you know you're infected with nanos is because you'll know when you open up your phone and it has an advertisement of something in your head. That means the nano in your head, in your body, is connected, is Wi-Fiing the phone. So your thoughts and the nanos in your body are Wi-Fiing your phone. Okay, it's talking to the phone. So it's telling them so you're getting advertisements on your screen because the nano is communicating with the electronics. Okay? The Mandela effect, the phone control, nano control, remote control is all a setup. It's all a beta test. And all these tattoos that they're initiating. Remember when Allen Iverson and what's his name that dated Madonna? Remember, a lot of brown people weren't getting tattoos until they had all of these celebrities and ball players having tattoos. Then everybody started to get tattoos. The tattoos was the initiation of black goo into your system, and it goes straight into your lymph nodes. That ink. That is the easiest way for the nano to infiltrate because the nano works with that sentient black goo, and they work in sync with one another. And Dennis Rodman, thank you, Dennis Rodman. That was all this shows black ink making you get tattoos. Brown people weren't getting tattoos until that initiation. That was a beta test. That was a socially engineered program to initiate for brown people to start getting tattoos. Tell me how many people don't have tattoos in your life. Most of you don't know someone who doesn't have a tattoo. You don't think that's odd? Watch Body Snatchers. Who do you know that doesn't have a tattoo? Look around you, family. I don't care if it's a little tattoo, a big tattoo. Who do you know? Everyone you know has tattoos. Why is that? That was the mark of the beast they were talking about. That was the mark of the beast. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay? Anyway, so and many of the people who are eating nanos, breathing nanos, and they're not clearing themselves, especially people who are eating a lot of oxalates with just greens, their brains are hijacked. I won't even mess with them. I wouldn't trust them. This is me personally. That's not a judgment. That's for my own security. That's my beefed up security. I won't be messing with people who are vegans, who got mad tattoos all over their body, because I already know they're infested with nanos. I already know by the nature of them not eating, because I know that they're naturally replicated, the phone's replicated and all that stuff. That's why you see, Nature Nut was hijacked. That's because of all the nanos and the oxalates. They're infested. They're all infested. When you start clearing out your nanos, you will say, oh, you think I'm paranoid now? I can bet you $100. Everybody on here, you gonna pay me $100 when I'm right? I bet you $100. Start clearing the nano out of your body. I bet you I can put money on it. Try to clear out the nano out your body and see how many attacks you get. Okay? So those who, we already discussed this. I can't discuss it here because they attack, and I'm giving you a lot of gems. You gotta you can come on our private group. You don't have to, but my private group, we discussed this. I'll do it more readily on Zoom, but I won't do it here because there's a reason why those young ladies went missing and didn't want to do the show with me. It's because of the attacks. It's that bad. Okay, so all right, so let's get into that. So we're talking about light codes and having light codes and being able to get the light codes. Remember, December 21st is when those light codes, you get the key. See, the other bastards have artificial golden tickets. They have golden tickets for them and theirs. The occultists. I'm loved. I'm grateful. They got their golden ticket because they've done, deeds of dark destruction deeds, sacrificing people, making low field extraterrestrials, making contracts with occultists. That's how they got their golden ticket. For you to naturally get your golden ticket, you have to be a natural being, meaning that you having too much artificial in you disallows for the codes to be uploaded. It's almost like you have to have a clear system in order for you to be uploaded. So food of mass destruction, all these artificial constructs like seedless fruit, low field animals, infested nanos, that's all will disallow for you to upload all that stuff, okay? Nanoparticles are everywhere. We're breathing in it. Right now I'm breathing in nanos everywhere. But make sure I protect my skin so it isn't able to embed. If you notice, it isn't embedding in my skin anymore because I found a way to make sure it doesn't embed in my skin, because that's how it gets in. It goes in your nose. You got to make sure the inside of your body disallows for it to actually be able to take. So what I do is I disallow for the nano to take in my body. I make sure I keep my skin nicely buttered up, and I make sure I keep a seal on my body. And then when I make sure if it comes in, because you're going to breathe it in, it is what it is. When you breathe it, I make sure I have things inside of me that will disallow, will bind it so that it pushes out of my body. It's all we can do right now. Okay? All we can do. Now, I'm not saying eating meat is what it is that meat binds it. It's also a type of meat. Meat binds the nano, and it can't be low field meat. I don't want to tell you to go and eat tons of meat because I'm not a fan of meat eating either. You know what I'm saying? But it binds it. That's why. So, the nose screens, that's what I was wearing the nose screens for. Thank you for reminding me. So make sure if you do meat, vegetarian is way a healthier lifestyle than veganism. Oh, sorry about that. No, nuts have a lot of oxalates. Be careful with that. That's why they want you to make nut milks. All those nuts, all those, cashew nuts. Cashews have the highest amount of oxalates. Go look at the oxalates. Cashews have tons of everything that if you see it sold in Walmart, it's already been gotten. All these nut milks, almond milk, and all that stuff that has oxalates. That's why they want you to drink it. I know it bothers everyone. It's like, what do we do, Fleurbrun? You got to be conscious when you eat. If you see them initiating these things, it's because it's been hijacked. Why would they tell you to drink almond milk? Why are they making all this tutorial? Why do they have all these Nazis, these vegan Nazis on making all these things? Because they're part of the program. They're nano infested. They're the others. So they're going to initiate this beautiful way of living, eating all these oxalates. Oh, it looks gorgeous. Family, the oxalates wouldn't be so bad if we didn't have nano utilizing it for harvesting themselves. They're building little robots inside of you. The impossible. Why do you think Microsoft started to join with all these artificial meats? Why do you think Microsoft Word, which is a program, a tech company, why do you think they would go with Beyond Meat? Why do you think they would bond with? Why would they have even a stake to go into vegan meats, these artificial meats? See, you got to use your common sense, because you could say I'm crazy all day. You could say, Fleurbrun, you're ODing, you're ODing. You know what? You're over the top. Prove me right or wrong. See, this is where you utilize your due diligence to prove me right or wrong. I want you to go and see what things that they for over the last 10 years, what have they been initiating to you? Tattoos, veganism, transhumanism, transsexualism, right? Why would they do that? Okay, it all goes hand in hand. They're trying to geoengineer you into a biobot. And you bypass your free will when you do it. So if you're so inceptible by other people's influence, listen, I was part of the vegan vegetarian community from a little girl, from 15. So I'm about this life. When people talk to me, they're talking to the right one. We didn't have anything but like rice milk. I was eating fruit. There wasn't a lot of choices. That's why I appreciated it later. But when they started to make it into an agenda, when they started to promote it, I was like, wait a second. Why are they promoting this? For years, I was doing this. There was no promotion. Actually, they were against it. When they started promoting it, when they made sure. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh. Okay. When they made sure that everyone was on board with their I'm sorry, something came into my head. Clear it up. Hold on. Okay. When they had fully done a beta test and made sure it was foolproof. Okay? So that being said, you have to clear out the nanos. If you're taking hormones, if you're being somebody that you aren't supposed to be, there's a lot of things that won't allow you to get the light codes. If you're doing a lot of artificial things, if you're dyeing yourself all the time, if you're taking, perms and bleaches and artificial things, if you have breast implants, if you have what else? Like lip, binders, all kinds of stuff in your face. All of that stuff disallowed because they're all chemicals. See, what you don't realize, it's not, if we're living in a regular world, it wouldn't be a problem and I wouldn't even bring it up. But when you're trying to take in codes that only allow for humans, earthlings to get it, if you aren't earthling anymore, you aren't getting the codes. Do you understand, family? So what it is it's making you, I don't know about that. I disagree. I disagrey. I think a lot of people are in denial and it's not my fault, but I'm just telling you, if you think that you are living in high frequency, I disagree. If you're more of a fruitarian, maybe, but if you have tattoos with ink, that it's ink, anytime anybody who has a tattoo past 1980, you have black sentient goo in you. Okay, that's all. You have black sentient goo, and unless you clear that out, and if you're raw and eating mostly greens and that are high in oxalates or fruits that are high in oxalates, you've got a lot of nano in you. And believe me, I would prefer, I love when people do really positive things and so on, but that isn't true. You've been hijacked. You may think that because remember the program was Love and Light. Remember they talked about it. They were going to initiate this Love and Light program, and it was already hijackable. The C, how do I say it? Cat in Albany. It's the only thing I could think of. Cat in Albany had initiated and had created the Love and Light community. Cat in Albany. That's all I can say. I don't want to, Cat in Albany. Do you get what I'm saying? I gotta be careful. Just take what I said. Cat in Albany. Take the letters, what I just said. And believe me, if you think this is a fearful video, then I'm not for you, and it's okay. You should unsubscribe. If you feel like all my videos are fearful and you're scared of what I'm saying and it makes you feel uncomfortable, I'm okay with you saying, you know what, Fleurbrun, you're not my cup of tea. Let me opt out. Let me unsubscribe. And let me keep it on with those who are love and light beings who like to eat a lot of oxalates, a lot of greens, who got a lot of tattoos, who are telling me exactly what I want to hear all the time. Okay? They're confused. If anyone isn't telling you how to help yourself and they aren't telling you the things that are problematic, then they are hijacked. Cat in Albany has set up the Love and Light. That is why you have all these confused people sitting there. Yoga Tom is still sitting in his house until 2021, drinking green smoothies, thinking that everything's okay. Okay? You got to be mindful. Those people are hijacked. That's why they're living very comfortably right now, because because remember, the matrix will attack that which is the highest here, who will assist those others. So when you're the highest, they will come for you and yours. It is a fact. If you're living in 528, then there's nothing I could say that could ever bother you if that's really where you exist. If you really exist in that way, there isn't anything I could do that bothers your peace of mind. Okay? If you're healthy, if you're mindful, if you're here for the shenanigans to make it up to higher realms of consciousness, you have to be very self-aware that there are initial programs, there's social engineer programs that are set up to hijack your free will. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. For those who are here, because I know, listen, the vegan Nazis will come. They can't come for me because I was about that life probably before they were born. See, the problem is they try to come for me and they're like, oh, snap, Fleurbrun knows a lot because she's been a part of I was part of the community before many people even knew it existed. I was part of the community before the social engineer program, because you got all these now, all these vegans making all these videos on, oh, I make raw foods. I do this all day. They made their income based on veganism. So now when you tell them anything, it has to do with their pockets. So they're not going to take on what I say because it's going to bother them, because now they fell into the social engineer program and now it's going to affect their fiat. That's all it is. They can't listen. They can't rightfully take in what I say. That's why they created that social engineer program. And if I'm wrong, let's see if they clean out the nanos, what comes out of them. Because when you start seeing the black goo come out of you from your tattoos, then you'll be like, oh, snap. Fleurbrun was correct. Okay? If you have black goo coming out of your mouth, your skin, that's because, especially when you start to clean, that means you have black goo inside of you. And I will tell everyone here, if you got a tattoo, it went straight into your lymph nodes. 90% of the people who get tattooed ask where the ink comes from. I've talked to, because I interview people and I talk to people. 90% of the people who get tattoos do not ask them where they get their tattoos from, where they get the ink from. Prometheus was telling you the truth. Thank you, Major. Prometheus was you want to see a great show? Watch Prometheus. Okay, let me stop harping on that. Anyway. So anyway, let's go into, so first they physically they geoengineered a way for the foods. Okay, that's how they got into you. Then they initiated the program of tattoos, so everybody has tattoos. It allows for the goo, because the sentient goo, for some reason, it works well with the nano. It helps the nano become more sentient. Okay, it allows the nano to be more conscious and take over a little quicker. Okay, then you have the transhumanism, where they're telling people to be more they're telling people to be more sexually fluid. What's it called? Is it sexual fluidity? Sexual fluidity? Is it sexual fluidity? I don't know what you call it. What is it? Sexual. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. Sexual fluidity. You guys have a name for it. Gender fluid. Thank you, David. Gender fluid. They're telling you to be more gender fluid. So they're telling you to stop thinking that you're a girl and a boy, because they want you to be neutral, because robots are neutral. Robots don't have any sexuality. You know, you ever seen Data? Data doesn't have any genitalia. Okay? That's all. So fear means you're hijacked. Who's fearful? Me? See, this is what you're filled with nanos, maybe. Because if you think I'm fearful for sharing the truth to allow people to become free, remember, I'm grateful. My life is amazing. And I'm here sharing with everyone so that they're able to uplift themselves so that they can get the light codes. What fear is that? This is the problem. Love and light people, they don't want you talking about anything that is not perfectly positive. The world is what it is. Me sharing the truth about foods and how it's hurting and harming people, and making sure that they are aware so that they can be proactive in their life, that isn't fear. That's calling truth. See, that's the problem with love and lighters. Love and lighters like to always stay away from conversations that make them feel uncomfortable. So anyone who's fearing is the one who's saying they're fearing. I haven't had anyone say that they're fearing on here. If you were bringing up the word fear, you're the only one who brought up fear. There isn't anybody in here saying they're fearful or they're scared. If they brought it up, it means that's a projection. That hasn't anything to do with us. I'm empowered. That's why I'm sharing it. I'm sitting from my car, sitting comfortable, drinking my coffee with listeners. Look how beautiful. What a beautiful, wonderful, this is how I manifest my life. I got a Sprouts in my neighborhood, walking distance. Have a great day, queen, on my coffee. I'm amazing. Be careful, my love. Because if you think that I'm promoting fear, it's because you may be fearful yourself. I didn't say I was fearful. You did. Okay? Anyway. So tattoos, transhumanism, transgenders, so on. So if you have, now let's go into remedies. You have to clear yourself in order to get the rainbow light codes. The rainbow light codes, why I bring rainbows into it, because the rainbows is part of the radiation. Now, this is something I learned later. Remember, you know, she's going to have to be deleted off the channel. Okay, goodbye. You're going to leave. If you're in here stating anything else, I'm not for you, Isis. There's a lot of love and lighters for you online. There's perfect love and lighters that will just talk about 528 megahertz all day. They're saying they're living in nirvana. There's perfect people. I'm not for you. That's it. And it's okay. It's okay. No harm, no foul. You're just better suited for someone's channel who's more into your likeness. You know, rather than being in here, if you think I'm promoting fear, then I'm not for you. Okay? No shade. Okay. So this is key. December 21st is where you get your uploads. That's why they're closing all these cities down. Thank you, Steven. Your mods are blocking innocent. Mods are, who's being blocked? Innocent. What happened? Did you get blocked for something? Steven? Mods. I don't think my mods only block people for saying some interesting things. Okay, I don't want to be distracted. I'm sorry if they blocked you. Okay, I apologize that if you got blocked. It may not be the mods. I don't know what you said. It may not be the mods. Okay. I didn't see you get blocked. Okay, so let's stay focused. Okay, so clear off the nanobots. Stay away from eating foods and mass production. Make sure if you got nanos, you can clear them out. Just clear them out. Start getting things in your body to kind of clear them out. There isn't anything you can do to get the nano, what do you call it? The fibers. The fibers are everywhere. Your breathing fibers and so on. All you can do is kind of like leave it alone. December 21st is when the galactic center, it's radiation. See, it's different because they're giving negative radiation to try to counter the positive radiation that gives you the light codes. So there is celestial radiation that is for humans, earthlings. Big up to all the earthlings in here. Please put a like on the video if you are an earthling. That's let me know. If you are an earthling, you are supposed to get these light codes. They are for you, earthling. They are for the humans on this planet. Okay? So you should make sure that as a human, you have your body totally in sync and receptive to the galactic radiation. I don't want to call it galactic. It's actually just, it's energy. It's energy, but it's a form of radiation. That's where the rainbows come. Because remember, the more rainbows we were seeing, that's why you don't see straight one rainbow anymore. You only see double rainbows. It's a lot of radiation on this planet. So that radiation causes this rainbow effect. That's why I experienced the rainbow event. I didn't have time. It was a heightened amount of radiation hitting the planet. So all you have to do is be an earthling to receive the codes. That's why they're haters. Big up to the non-haters in the house. Those are haters. They can't get the codes, so they don't want you to get the codes, these bastards. As an earthling, it is your right. But they can hijack your free will, so you take on all of these nanos and then you get hijacked. So what they did is they made sure you were hijackable. Clear out your tattoos, clear out the nanos, make sure you don't have, and there's gonna be nanos all over. It's everywhere. I can't say that you can get rid of it fully. They're flying fibers all over. We have a young lady who can see it all over. It's dust everywhere. Okay, so you just have to make sure it isn't inundating you, and make sure that your mind is still your mind. If you are thinking and your phone is reacting to your thoughts, that means you got too much nano in you. Okay, and if you start cleaning your nano out and people start attacking you, means you're doing a good job. All right, clear the nanos out of you, and make sure you aren't putting petroleum jelly on the babies. Mommies, let me talk to the mommies. Stay away. There's a non-petroleum that you can use for the baby's bottoms. Don't put lanolin on your tatas. As we nurse our babies. Don't put lanolin on your tatas. That lanolin is a form of petroleum. Petroleum is a form of that black goo. It's another form of it. So make sure they always put in hair greases, petroleum. Stay away from petroleum. Beeswax is amazing. Protect your skin. You should be making sure you have sealed skin right now. Petroleum jelly isn't good for you. Make sure you aren't putting that on the babies, okay? Because you'll make them nano ready and receptive. Lanolin, you can use beeswax on your tatas. You can use that wonderful cream that I get from it's a non it's a non-petroleum, but it's the same thickness. Professor Chrome, hey auntie, you've been sick for the last week. Whenever you ground when it went outside, you get super sick. I do too. It's in the rain. Yes, it's in the rain. Remember how we used to love to run in? I loved making love in the rain. You ever used to do that? I grew up in a generation when that was like a big deal. Big up to all the lovers in the house. I know that's TMI, but I did. I used to love lying in the rain, or just, it was so sexy back in the days. But now you're going to get full of nanos. It's in the waters. That's why my hair, every time I was washing my hair, it was getting itchy, because it's in the waterways. And I have all kinds of blockers on my water. It's everywhere. Okay. So just know this, make sure that you are clearing yourself. You're going to is here. But that gamma radiation that made the Hulk into this melanated huge being, gamma radiation is the bomb.com. You want that radiation, and you want to have the codes. In order to get the radiation on the codes, you have to make sure that you have receptivity in your body. If you are geoengineered, if you're eating a lot of garbage, if you're eating pussy, soy infested, lesion perpetuated chickens of mass destruction, you aren't going to have that. But if you're clean and clear, you just have to be to a certain level. They know that we've been inundated with a lot of this nano. So they gave us people like myself that are light towers for the 144. Big up to all the 144 in the house. Big up to all the 144. They made sure that a few of us who weren't affected or so socially engineered to so that we wouldn't be able that we would be able to tell you and share these things. Okay, so right now let's talk about that. Free yourself from nano. Make sure you are keeping your electronics away from you so that you aren't being inundated with thoughts and projections and socially engineered electronic thoughts, okay? Because they will put that in your mind. All right? Make sure that you are sealing your skin to make sure your skin is not pulling in those fibers. The fibers can't embed in your skin if you've got a nice coating of a wax on top of it. You got to wax on, wax off. Remember that? Remember the Karate Kid? It was like wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Okay? Make sure you do that. Make sure you're keeping metals off of you as much as possible. So remember when I did that nano fast? I love the nano fast. Make sure you aren't cooking with metals, you aren't drinking with metals, because you're already getting a lot of it. Okay? Just try to clear it out of you as much as possible. You want to make sure that you get that total amount of amazing. You want to make sure you're getting a total amount of that amazing gamma radiation when it comes, because that's the light codes. That's the light codes. The light codes are amazing. Those light codes will give you the keys to leaving the firmament. The firmament is where we're going. So many of you who are on the glass ceiling, men are being triggered. Okay. Oh, I should have talked about that first. Okay. So where's our sun stars? Sun stars. The men are being triggered. I don't know. It's bad for them. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know if it's held in their balls, a message. I don't know why. Sun stars, you really have to listen to me. I don't know if it's because you're not like the original humans. Maybe because women are the original, females are the original zygote on this planet, but men are being triggered by it. I don't know why. And they're hostile. So sun stars on here, please be mindful to watch what you eat more than anyone. You have to, because I don't know if you store the nanos a little differently than us. I don't know if it's because your DNA is a lot different. I want to make sure that you need to be as clean and clear, more so than the females. You have to, because the men are getting hostile, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't vet that out. I think it's because maybe the nano affects them. I think maybe they're not the originals. I don't know, but a lot of them are hostile. So make sure that you sun stars, you stay grounded. If anything's triggering you, try to see what's going on. Cover your heads. Make sure, bald heads, that could be why. Grow your beards out. You know, you got to keep your heads covered at all times, because the nano will infest you. So good idea. All the bald heads, cover your heads with like hats. And make sure they're only, I'm going to give you some TMI information. I put a like on the video. If you want to hear this TMI information, put a like on the video. I'm about to share something with you. I'm a Sag, so I only share things, unfortunately, that others won't share because they care. I just don't. So when you put a like on the video, I know you're up for the shenanigans. You want to hear this. When I get to 400, I'll tell you what I do. When I get to 400 likes, I'm going to tell you some TMI. If you want to hear it, wait until I get to 400. When I get to 400 likes, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me wait, because I think it's... I can only get, this is fair exchange. I think if you want to hear me say this, I think you should give me fair exchange of likes. That way, if you like it, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Because it's the only thing. Thank you, Akeem. Muhammad, you have beautiful skin, and thank you for sharing. Oh, I appreciate that, because I'm nano-free. You know what I'm saying? I'm nano-free. I'm almost to, oh, snap, we have that 400. Wait, I have 400 likes. Yes! Okay, thank you, everyone, for giving the likes. So I had telecommunication from the other side, because I leveled up. So I was using some sonic, I was seeing it being using sonic frequency to be able to move something. So he came up to me and he said, I have to wear... bamboo panties. So I had to replace all my panties. I told you I was gonna give it to you. I'm Creole. Look at the helicopters. I had to replace all my panties and all of my fibers on my bed with only bamboo. For some, remember, I only use bamboo toilet paper, so I had to level it up. So all my panties, I threw out all my other panties. You said you wanted to hear it. You guys always get shocked when I give you the TMI. I told you I was gonna give you TMI. So all of my panties, I threw out all of my Thank you, eyes to love. Thank you, my love. I threw out all my panties. I threw out all my sheets. I'm about this life. So when people tell you that I'm on here for fear, no, I threw out every single panty. I didn't even have panties for days. I was walking around penniless. And I had to make sure I brought only bamboo. And it only has to be white because all of the dyes come mostly from China. So I made sure I got panties that were all bamboo, and anything that I wear here. And I also made sure I got bamboo nightgowns. I replaced most of my clothing. So you may not even see me wear much clothing because all I'm going to wear is like bamboo. This super being told me bamboo was the one, I guess it's one fiber that disallows for nano to infest. So I was pantyless. I threw them all out. I got bamboo panties, white, and make sure that that is white. So the dyes do something. Okay. So anyone who's about this life, I suggest panties of mass destruction are panties are added to my mess. Let me give it. Please put a like on my video. As soon as I said panties, everyone came in the room. Let me give a sip to the haters. Look what they wrote today. I want to share this every day. This is beautiful. They said, have a great day, Queen. You know what? I love myself. I love my life gratefully. I love all of you for coming here and sharing this for the shenanigans. It's a beautiful. Do they bleach bamboo? No. The white is just the natural fiber. It has to be the natural fiber and natural color of the bamboo. Thank you, my love. Where do you get these bamboo garments? You got to go online. I got some from this company. Oh, I'm gonna put the company on IG. I'll put it on IG, or maybe I'll take a picture here. I forgot the name of the company. It's on my phone, so you're on my phone, so I can't look at it now. I bought it there, and there's some other fibers. Like you can get the panties on. Amazon, but it has to be natural fiber. It can't have any dyes in it. So this super being told me that I have to wear and only have natural fibers on my body to take in the codes. So I'm clearing all the nano out of my body. Most of the nano's out. I'm rarely nano because I'm thick too. So the nano gets stuck in my chunk of mass destruction. So this is when being a little thick helps. It's like getting caught in the layers of thickums the mass. I'm joking. I'm just saying. I seal my skin, so I'm mostly nano. But again, we're breathing in nano, so it's listen. I can't. I won't ever tell you that I'm literally nano free because it's impossible. We're being inundated. So let's go into the codes. So I shared that bit of information to TMI. I got panties that will literally allow. I would prefer not to have to wear panties, but unfortunately, I don't want anything going up my hoo-ha, especially with nanos, because I don't know those little beings crawl up there. I don't know. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're keeping your claying. You should be claying. Thank you, Akeem. Make sure you're claying. I told you, I leave the country, I won't give up my coffee. It's the one thing I don't drink. I don't smoke. I drink coffee. So I'm doing broth and coffee. I'm a liquiditarian until I leave the country. I'm a liquiditarian. Oh, they have boxers. Oh, for men, there are boxers. They do have boxers for those who are men. And make sure you're washing your clothes with, I've been washing my clothes with borax for years. I haven't used regular detergent for years. I hope none of you are using microwaves. Because if you're using microwaves, this conversation isn't for you. Yeah, they have bamboo thongs. Most of them, they have a lot of bamboo thongs. If you like wearing thongs, just you'll see a lot. So, and I also clean with the what is it called? Sugar plum. What's the other thing? Who's here from Zoom? What's the other thing? Where's my Zoom crew? What is the other stuff we were using? We take, because a lot of people were taking it. What was the other stuff we were talking about? Oh my God, I have tons of it. I wash my clothes with it too. I add it. So it melts the, no, it melts the metal. The metal inside of you. No, it's Zoom. Who's here from Zoom? Susu, no, the other one, when I said. Susu, what was the other one? Because remember, it's, turpentine. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa's here. Turpentine. Thank you, Melissa. No, it was a turpentine because the turpentine melts the metals. Remember, it's a paint thinner. Okay, turpentine. And please only do turpentine properly. Family, don't. I'm not. Listen. Let me explain. Let me give my PSA. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a referee. I'm not your surgeon. I'm not your mental health expert. I'm none of those things. So if you hear these things, then you just take it on yourself. You do because you feel like doing it. It has nothing to do with me. I just share what I do in my life. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wash with turpentine. And I put turpentine in my shampoo. I put turpentine in everything I clean because I'm melting the nanos. Okay, you got to melt those nanos, y'all. Whoop whoop. So, okay, so let's talk about the Galactic Center information that's coming. So we have the gamma radiation coming from the Galactic Center. It will be fully here and arriving. Some of us are getting it now. If your body's out of whack, it's because you probably have some nano. Clear out your nano. My back was hurting, so I'm clearing out some of the things. Sometimes it'll go, sometimes your spine will feel a certain way. Clear out your body. Make sure you're aligned. I'm going to be hanging upside down in my contraption. Maybe I should show you one day. It's a little, my mate doesn't want me to do that because I look a little saucy when I'm upside down. I would show you the contraption. I bought the upside down machine that puts your body upside down. I love it. It just allows for me to realign my body. Dr. Delba Blair, big up to Dr. Delba Blair, who said most of us as little girls, we used to always go stand upside down. Remember that? When we were little, I used to do the crab walk. I used to do the bridge. Remember you? Anybody on here? A lot of girls, we used to do this when we were little. And I did it until I was pregnant. I did. It's inversion. So I'm on my inversion thing all the time, just because I have to, and I make sure my little ones do it too. Because you have to be inverted right now, almost like you remember that, Melanie? High priest? Yeah, I used to be inverted all the time. I loved it. A lot of us, all little girls do it. Dr. Delbert Blair talked about this in one of his videos, that girls used to be like that because we're in an inverted world. We actually do better when we're upside down. So yeah, hanging on the monkey bars. Oh, remember that? Upside down. I used to love that. No, I didn't cut my hair. My hair is twisted. I love that around. I like the bird. I love that. Yeah, we used to stand upside down. We used to do that. So we're in an inverted world. So women, almost like we knew it. So Dr. Deborah talked about that. Starbucks sprays all their coffee. I know they do. I said it's the one thing I do. Listen, let me explain something. This is what I'll say to you with my coffee. The one thing, listen, many people do many things. I eat with glass and clay. Thank you. Oh my God, Jeannie, I forgot to tell you too. Thank you, Jeannie. I was supposed to tell Jeannie. Thank you. Listen, I cook with glass and clay. I am having masterful mating with my own blood type. I haven't smoked or done drugs ever. I am wine and spirits free. I'm now going to wear panties that are only in natural fiber. I haven't used a microwave in over 18 years. I haven't put any nanos in my body by initiation. I haven't zero tattoos. So if I drink coffee that has chemicals, if that's the worst that I'm doing, that's all I can say. Okay, that's all I can say. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, there are things that I do. This is the one thing that I do, and it's my one vice. If I'm getting chemicals from this, and that's the only thing I'm getting chemical. There's people who do 50 million chemicals a day. I'm not dyeing my hair. I'm not bleaching my skin. I'm not putting fillers in my face or my lips. My breasts gratefully are real. Okay, I haven't put anything in my bum. All right. So yes, you're right. I drink chemicalized coffee. It's the only thing I do. It won't be here for long. When I leave the country, I won't be able to have it anymore. That's the only thing I do that I could say is an issue. Hold on. Okay. Um, so, okay, so we're going to get the gamma radiation to December 21st, 2020. Now, when the real date that matters isn't that. That's the initiation. So when you get your key, December 21st, if you are natural, human, that means that the gamma radiation that comes has recognition, and when it goes into your body, it it will unlock the codons, the lock codons, and it literally will give you a key so that you're able to get past the firmament. That's the first initial of the end of the cycle. They're making sure many won't get it by traumatizing you. A lot of people are traumatized right now. They're depressed. They're hurtful. Now, April's another major. You're right. Spring is something else. Spring is something else. That matters the most. But the key is the first initial stage of you getting free. And that 21st is when you get that key. It's a lot of codes. It's not just starting the 21st. It's probably about 5 to 6 days, or maybe a week before. So I would just say that whole week matters. Okay, that whole week matters. So getting the key allows for you, because remember, April is remember when I had the rainbow event? That was in spring. Every March and April, remember, I knew that rainbow energy was coming about strongest. So I think that's why they make sure that you're going to be unable to access that event, or that pinnacle event that allows you to leave. Okay, because next year is the 21. Oh, she said it. Clarissa said it. It's 12/21/21. That's really the year that things are on and popping. Okay, so make sure that right now you are free from many things, so that you're able to get the key. Your codons are released, and that's the key to the next stage. Okay, if you aren't able to get the key, and that gamma radiation isn't able to come inside of you because you're inundated with artificial constructs and you aren't recognized as human, you'll be disallowed from having the codes necessarily to go to the next stage. Okay, so it's very, very necessary for you to make sure that you have the codes or the key. I say codes, a key, it's all one and the same. It's releasing the codons within you, allowing for you to hold that like weirdos. Okay, so that you're to make it to the next stage. Okay, and spring is the whole other initiation that goes into probably an event that happens every year. It's been happening in a cylindrical spiral pattern. So when we get back to spring again, that's when it's a big deal. And that's, if you notice, that's when they're planning to initiate the shots. Okay, the shots. Remember, they're about to give the shots. You said bamboo secrets. And if you think I'm lying, go see how much bamboo clothing is. Isn't it crazy? You know, a lot of times people say, oh, Fleurbrun, you're outrageous. Anything that's good for you, they will deter you. And how they deter you? Years ago, you could probably get bamboo panties for like $2 or $5. Look how much the clothing for bamboo is. When this being came to me from the other world, they told me that I'm going to have to wear that and sleep on that in order to allow for the codes to come in through clearer. So I'll be open, more of a conduit. But it's crazy because look at how much it costs. So already let you know, why would they do that? Why would bamboo? Because bamboo is very resilient and it grows, and they're not killing the plant. Bamboo is like very resourceful. It's everywhere. I only eat with bamboo utensils. Remember, it's just that. But why would that be so costly? Because they know what that means. For this being, the being was using sonic rays to move a beehive. And he came up to me and he told me that I have to start wearing that, along with other things that are just more personal. But that's the thing I'm willing to share. Okay? So yeah, it's crazy. So I only eat with bamboo utensils anyway. I've done that for years, and I've used bamboo toilet paper for the last, oh my God, my ex actually told me I've been using it for like 13 years. I didn't realize I've been using bamboo toilet paper. I remember back in the days, because I've been woke for a long time. I used to go to this place, and I remember I used to see the bamboo. This is back in the days. Mind over matter, y'all. I think it's a mind over matter. That was my first, well, he was one of my YouTube crushes. He's so handsome and smart, and he has such a sexy voice. Hey man, Dover Matter. Go to his channel. I like him. Anyway, I'm distracted. Yeah, so bamboo is honestly the best fiber to use. So I don't know why he said this. It was a being, it was a regular being. He was dressed in what I consider to be almost like a monk. Not a monk, but somebody it was an Asiatic man who was, I have a newbie and 2-year-old. What is best clearing them? Cleaning, my love. The babies, hi Tantiano, you got the little ones. Thank you for the donation. Clearing the babies with the clay, they love it, and it's good for them. On their bodies, I did it with my babies, and Africans do it, and a lot of the natives do it in Central and South America. You cover them, do a nice little clay. The bentonite's soft for them, the green clay they like, and they pay for them to eat it because it's not going to harm them. And do it with the apple cider vinegar, and get them from the rooter to the tutor, and let them do it. Get them in the bathtub because it's messy, okay? Because mommy, or unless you have a pool outside, so they can get the clay all over and it gets washed out. But let them do it. Put the clay on the head from their feet. Make sure you get the bottom of their feet and clay the babies. They love. My babies used to play in it. They used to roll around in it. They like to do it, and sometimes they eat it. It was okay because it's good for them inside too. Okay, so you could do that with the babies. Okay, just make sure you aren't giving them too many oxalates. Okay, so when you have the baby food, make sure that the baby food isn't too much greens. If you make it yourself, make sure you do high fruit for the babies, high fruit. And for mommy, I used to do bitters. I'm a West Indian, so a lot of us West Indians always did bitters to keep the parasites from the tummy. So do little bitters with their food too. So the bitters will keep them from getting that kind of like that acidity or that acid reflux. Okay, so that'll be good. I hope that was helpful. Okay. And make sure if they play outside, cover, especially if it's a little boy, let his hair grow or cover their hair or keep it braided. Okay. That's wonderful. And wash your stuff with turpentine. Like put a little turpentine in the wash to melt all the nano. Okay. So it melts. Okay. I'm melting. Remember that? All right. I hope it was helpful. I love the babies, and I'm a mommy. Okay. Especially when you have newborns. I know what it's like to have a newborn. It's amazing. Oh my God. I wake up a very tan native looking young man came to the bedside. He didn't speak, but he had a bamboo skirt. See what I'm talking about? The bamboo matters. Anyway, I used to use it. Oh, 2 boys? Okay, good. Keep their hair long. Just try not to cut the boys' hair because it's kind of like, what's that? Remember the character? What was the character that kept his hair long? It was like, what was his name? Davy knows. Remember, it was like you cut his hair and you cut his power. Keep his hair long, okay? So I used to use bamboo toilet paper for like 13 years. My ex did say it. He said, "Oh my God, because he saw it the other time. He was like, "Oh my God, you're still using the bamboo?" I realized he was like, "You've been using this since he gave me the time we saw it at this place." So I've been using Fleurbrun. My dream stated that that if it's not the MT, not to take the V, but it's the military to check their IDs. Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh, Samson. Samson was the being whose hair wasn't supposed to be cut. Yeah, keep the hair of the little boys nice and long and thick. Okay, mummies? It cuts off their power too. Because a lot of the native men, I think you know the story of the native men who were, they were contracted by these Europeans. And remember, they noticed that they were able to see in the dark. Like they had ability, had great navigational skills, and then they take some of these native people and they cut off their hair, and they notice they weren't able to navigate. Your hair are antennas, okay? So keep the little boys' antennas nice and clear. Let their hair grow. I really love seeing little boys like wild hair. I think it's beautiful. You ever see them with their wild hair? It's amazing. They're so beautiful when they have, and they're so happy. You ever notice how healthy they are? So the key is energetic key. How do you know if you got at time and at the next level, we're alive when... Thank you, my love, Soul. Okay, Soul says the key is energetic key. How do you know if you got it at that time and at the next level we go as alive, or when blank as spirits? Okay, so how you know you got the key? A lot of times you'll know when you get the key because you're leveled up. And I liken it to this. Anytime you level up, you know you feel good. So when you get the key, you'll feel an awareness, like you'll just know things. You'll know things without having to read about it, without having to research it. Things will just come to you. When you level up and release of codons, you'll see that your skin is much more luminant. You're much more reactive, and you know when it's going to rain. You know when it's going to something's going to happen. You'll be able to be telepathically sound. A lot of your abilities will come on. There's a lot of other abilities, but when you get unlocked in that key, your conscious state will be elevated, and you'll just know. You'll just know your conscious state. Like the man who came to me, he was dressed in, like, I don't want to say he was a monk. He had these colorful robes, like he was wrapped. And he came to me. He was using his sonic energy to move a beehive with his. Thank you, Just Me SV. He was using his sonic from his first eye. He was using his sonic ability to move a beehive back and forth. And he just came up to me and he told me a couple things. And then he told me about the bamboo, only wear bamboo. So I went. And I want bamboo, bop, 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 bam. My mate thought I was crazy. I was throwing out all these panties. I was like, oh, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone. And also, I just want to take in consideration, we got to be careful with cotton, because cotton has a negative connotation, because remember, they had brown people picking cotton. And I almost feel like brown people who come from the lineage of those who may have been sharecropped, may have been inundated in that world. I think it's almost like a taboo for you to use cotton, just because of that came with it. So I just say this, I did it. I'm not telling you to do it, but this being told me to wear only bamboo. And when I went to go look at the price, because I eat with bamboo and I've only used toilet paper bamboo for years, but when I went to go purchase the bamboo undergarments, I was bugged out. I was like, why is it so much to get undergarments made of bamboo? Bamboo is very refined. It's one of those items that's not expensive. They knew. This being told me because they knew. Remember, the Dark Kabbalists is way ahead of everybody. Okay, they're like 10 steps ahead of everybody. They know everything. They know things before you know it. Remember, they have time technology. They aren't bent by the constructs and limitation here. So they know what's best for you. That's why when you go look at everything online. Look at the things. I remember they had whatchamacallit on there. They had what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. They had something on there. Oh, okay. I remember when I went to go during the time when I was giving everybody the list of things to get right when the cucarachis, because remember, I told you about the cucarachis coming before it came. Many of you listened to me and some of you didn't, but many of you did. Those who listened to me got a lot of the tinctures, the herbs and things like that. So that being said, when I first told everyone to get fermented cod liver oil. Remember that? So back in the days, for those who are into teeth help and making their teeth better and their gums better, especially after being vegans and vegetarians, cod liver oil, fermented cod liver oil was a big deal. Some of you from back in the days, your grandparents used to give it to you. Remember? They give you a spoonful of cod liver oil. It was big back then. So when I went to go purchase the cod liver oil, that was normally like $30 something for the container, it was $56, and then it went into $60. I was like, what? Because I was just putting in it. I like to stockpile things. So I went, you remember that, Mind Over Matter? Yeah, grandparents used to give us cod liver oil. So I was like, wait a second, why did it go from $38 to $58 and then $60? What? I was like, oh, snap. The fish oil does something, because why would that be so high? And then when I looked at the beef broth and the chicken broth, oh, everybody's promoting beef and bone broth, but my God, how come they weren't promoting for fish bone broth? How come that wasn't ever on the list? Even with the bone broth people, big up to all those bone broth people. There's a lot of people here who are bone broth people. But it's interesting that they only would tell people to have beef bone broth and chicken bone broth. Why wouldn't they have fish bone broth in there? And then when you go to buy the bone broth, because you can make it, I'm just saying you can make it. Why, when you go and buy the bone broth, it's like $50 million to get fish bone broth? It's almost like impossible. Whatever is beneficial to you, they won't have you utilize. So they will hike it up to the point where it's unaffordable. So even when you know to get something, you will be less likely to get it. Be like, oh snap, I'm not getting these bamboo panties. They cost like crazy money per panty. Or I'm not getting this fish skate oil, or I'm not getting this fermented cod liver oil because it costs like an arm and a leg. They're doing that purposefully. See, these bastards know exactly what happens. That's right, high omegas. Thank you, Lisa. Those high omegas are big for you. Matter of fact, I love bamboo in my soups. Matter of fact, thank you for that. I love bamboo soup. I like palm. You know, I love heart of palms, and I like bamboo. Ooh, matter of fact, I want to add some bamboo to my broth. Thank you. I forgot about that. Thank you for that. Remind me, I love bamboo in my soups. Do you ever have your soups? I like bamboo in my soup, but I love heart of palms. I'll put that in. Like, I like to put some stuff in. Bamboo soup is good, right? I'm gonna do some bamboo soup because I got bamboo tea, and you know the bamboo tea is expensive. Like, you get like 6 or 7 of them. It's like freaking $20-something. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm diverted, but I'm just telling you, anything that's good for you, they make sure that you aren't to have it. So I'm putting that out there to tell you it's time for you to really start to clear yourself so that you can receive the keys, so that you're able to make sure bamboo clothing and bamboo houses, because killing trees is wrong. Yeah, bamboo is, they don't kill the bamboo. Bamboo is very strong. It's a great plant, and they aren't derooting it. They take parts of the bamboo, but they don't kill the tree. So the bamboo grows beautifully strong again. Okay. Kamira, thank you, my love. Hey, do you feel some lighthouses will be departing in December or sooner? My visions have been intense, but I feel unsure. My thoughts, much love. Thank you, my love. Departing, like transcending. I think if your contract is done, yes. I think some lighthouses are here. A lot of the teachers, the master teachers, have all transcended. Dr. Deborah Blair, Cresswell Wells Helsing, Dr. Africa. Who else left? Oh, there's tons of people who've left. Who else left? A lot of the teachers, the great teachers, the initiators of us into the higher realm, Dr. Sebi, a lot of them left already. So I think for those who are the elders, who've been doing this for a long time, even before it was popular, I think they transcended, because they're going to come back in fresher, better bodies. And yes, they will come back into the 5D world. So they'll come back fresh and new and reborn. Okay, they have a four pack of bamboo panties for $20. See, Tatiana went in. Make sure it's white. Make sure you're white. My massage therapist told me that most of the dyes come from China, so you want to make sure you aren't getting dyes in your panties. Bobby Hemmett isn't dead. Bobby Hemmett is there, but he's still living, gratefully. Okay, but they try to take him out. You know, Bobby Hemmett was into the world of, like, you know, the spirit world. Remember, he talked about his mother had combusted. Like, he's a different kind of energy, and they try to take him out, but he's still here. Oh, Baba Kalendi, yeah. So, you know, I think that was them trying to take him out, to be honest, because but he's still here. He's still here. You wish bamboo clothes were cheap. Well, Gio, you know, the word cheap is negative, and you always have what you need at the time you need it. It's just a matter of just prioritizing. You know, people say all the time, well, Fleurbrun, you know, you always talk about buying expensive. I don't get my nails done. You won't see me going to get my hair, you know, weaved up and spend $20 million on my hair, right? I'm not getting fillers in my lips and my nose and my face. And yeah, I'm just saying, you got to prioritize. I'm not wearing clothes that cost $50 million. I prioritize the things that I value. I value my body and my temple. This is my skin. And I value this. So what I do is I make sure I do things that I feel are good for me. So, you know, you can afford anything that you value. I see people save up money to go to a concert. I see people save up to get a Coach bag, yeah, right? Or red bottom boots, or Jordans, or jeans. You know what I mean? People do that. So prioritize yourself. You know, bamboo is affordable. It is. It depends on your priority. So you don't have to wear panties at all, right? Oh, Dick Gregory died too. Thank you, Purple Goddess. That's right. Dick Gregory died. Yeah, you don't have to wear panties. You don't have to buy anything. You can go butt naked, but they won't let us go butt naked because then we get arrested. You know, it was up to me. Women wouldn't have to wear bras. Most women get sick because our breasts are supposed to be up. Bamboo sheets. I just bought a whole bunch. Yeah, women get sick because our breasts are supposed to be exposed to the sun, and it's supposed to be out. Why these get sick is because we're wearing bras and we aren't freeing them. You know what I mean? Free the tatas. I mean, you know, people thought I was a pervert saying this. I think is insane. Like, you call me a pervert for being a natural earthling on the planet when most women on this planet were breast free. The only time our breasts weren't free is when you had these colonizers come to this planet and vilify women for being natural beings. When you aren't wearing bras all the time, your breasts are nice and firm. They stand up beautifully. Your nipples are getting sun. They're like solar panels, you know. And, you know, it's crazy to me when I get people come in and say that's perverted. For me, being a human, if that's perverted to you, then by all means, you aren't from this planet. Because the women on this planet were using their breasts and solar panels, and they were able to feed themselves. Their babies had better solar energy milk, and also their bodies were healthier. Women who wear bras and cover themselves up all the time are having the biggest problems with health because we aren't getting all that beautiful solar energy. Lalani said she can't get upgraded because she wears makeup of mass destruction. I didn't say that, Lalani. Why are you saying that? You know I didn't say that. They be making up stuff. Why you make that up? Did I say you're not gonna get upgraded because you wear makeup? I'm just saying, why are you, is your makeup natural? Is it from clay? Is it naturally from clay? Is it natural? I mean, if it's natural, then why wouldn't you get upgraded? I'm talking about unnatural things, my love. Please take what I say and utilize your discernment. I just said natural. If you are wearing artificial makeup of mass destruction, by all means, yes, yes, then you have a problem. But you know how many makeup things that people use that is clay? I love using clay on my skin. When I go out into the sun, I love using clay on my skin. I put the clay, and I love doing clay on my skin, like, so I don't get, because I have really oily skin, what allows my skin to look more youthful. But like when I go somewhere and I don't want to be so shiny, I take clay. I use Earth clay. What is it? Earth Mother clay. And I love it, and I dab my skin so it's not so oily. That's natural. Is that what you mean by that's what you mean by makeup? Okay. Yeah, your nipples are solar panels. There's a whole channel made up about me saying that women having their breast free is negative. That's a solar panel. When I'm outside, I'm not wearing shirts in my own house. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think, see, this is the problem. They've socially engineered most people to think a woman's natural body is sexual only, and that she is vilified from being at her free self, her natural self. So they'll vilify women from not wearing makeup. And back in the days, women didn't wear makeup like that. All these chemical tutorials that have women wearing makeup and mass destruction all the time. That's why would a young woman who's in her 20s, why would she wear makeup? She's beautiful. She is natural. All she has to do is drink water, and and put some lip gloss on. If she has dry lips, she don't even have to do that. You beautiful sea stars, you're natural. Why would you even put makeup on your body? You're beautiful. If you do that, then that's, you know, it is. I'm not going to judge you, but I'm just saying you're beautiful the way you are. Why are they socially engineering you to make you feel like you're making up for something you lack? What are you making up for? You're beautiful. Each one of you sea stars is beautiful. I've seen you. Y'all on my IG, not wearing your makeup and mask. You're so gorgeous. Your hair natural and just wavy and natural coily. It's so pretty. Why would you think you're less? Make up. Listen to the word, the phonetics. Listen to the etymology. Make up. Who are you making up for? Listen. This is what I look like. When my mate wakes up with me in the morning, this is what he wakes up to. He wakes up to me this morning. He wakes up to this at night. It's what it is. If he didn't like waking up to this, then oh well. This is me. Okay? So if you have to wear makeup every day, it means that you're trying to make up for something. You're beautiful. I'm telling. If no one told you, if no one told you were beautiful, I'm telling you you're beautiful. Okay, every woman is naturally the way she is. She's supposed to attract males that are qualified for her. She's beautiful. I'm tired of these young girls thinking that they're less because they're seeing all these fake pictures on IG with all kinds of what are they called? What's that? Filters on them. Why are you wearing filter? Why? Earthlings, you know why other beings came here? Because earthling women are the baddest. Yo, there were beings coming on here. Remember the Nephilim saw the earthling women and they were like, they fell in love because you were so beautiful, right? They saw earthling women like, yo, he was like, those look like beautiful flowers. Okay. Stop letting people socially engineer you, C-stars, because I notice a lot of the young ladies wear, a lot of the younger things, you use a lot of makeup. It's unnecessary. I don't care that you do. I'm just saying, if you're going to wear it, then just, all I say is that just put on natural. Make sure it's natural. That's all. That's not a chemical. As long as it ends in a chemical, you're fine. But I'm just saying it's unnecessary. You're beautiful. And all the women I know who didn't wear makeup in their 20s, you should see their skin. So if anything could tell you, my young sea stars, if you wear makeup for your whole life, this isn't drugs. I got to keep telling you this neti pot because I'm like, she's sniffing coke. No, I'm sniffing eucalyptus because I'm outside. I have to, oh wait, someone disagrees. Freedom forever. I have to disagree on the cosmetics though. Classy ladies are more beautiful and attractive to everyone. Oh, okay. Yeah. I used to wear, yeah, if you want to do it, just make sure it's natural. That lipstick I wear is made with clay. You know the red lipstick I wear? I love that. Ooh, that garnet, it's made with clay and hemp. What is it? Clay. It's a natural, beautiful red matte. It's clay and so on. You can make your own lipsticks. You know that, right? My lipstick is made with clay, hemp, and that other wonderful thing. And then it has like the clay makes it more matte. I love it. So pretty. Fleurbrun said, "Burn all your panties and go naked." Oz, you're gonna have them getting me off a line. I told everybody, you can have everybody going butt naked and be like Fleurbrun said, don't listen, I won't, if you get arrested, I take zero responsibility. I told you that we aren't allowed to be bucket naked. That's all. But wearing too much makeup on your skin clogs your pores. And all the young ladies that I know ladies right now that are in their 60s and 70s and they look younger than some 30-year-olds. Actually, they look like they're 30 because their skin is flawless. And they were part of the communities I came from. Like, they were already about that life. Anybody who's like some of the elders that was 60 and 70, they were about that life. So their skin looks amazing. And those who are, most of the natural humans aren't aging. So natural humans and extraterrestrials aren't needing fillers. The ones who need fillers are people who genetically homogenize. They aren't built to last. Okay, there's no shade. So if you're wrinkling and stuff like that at like 30 and 40, it's because you're probably homogenized in some way. You're not probably natural to this terrain. Okay, natural beings from this planet aren't wrinkling. They don't need fillers. They don't need to get Botox. People are getting Botox is because they need to. If you notice all the celebrities are getting Botox in their 20s and 30s and 40s, it's because they aren't natural. If you're a natural earthling, your skin looks flawless until you die. Okay, my grandmother had a wrinkle on her face. She had a lot of moles from this artificial sun, but she had a wrinkle on her skin, and she died at 103, almost 104. Did you see my grandmother? She had a wrinkle on her skin. My mother has 0 wrinkles on her skin because these are natural humanoid females. No shade. I'm just saying not everybody here is the same. So if you're a natural female, it is necessary. You won't have a wrinkle on your skin and you won't have to get Botox and all this stuff. That means you aren't from here. That's all. And if you're not from here, that's fine, because there's a lot of beings that are not from here. But wrinkling is a sign that you're homogenized in some way, okay? You may be genetically grafted. Usually that's the case, okay? Diana says she has no wrinkles because you're probably naturally from here. Or you're a natural being from another terrain that isn't impeded by this cosmic radiation. All right, so let's get into December 21st, okay? So we have the keys coming to your DNA. Now you're going to be upgraded. So now you have the keys, and then in springtime you will be utilizing some of these keys to unlock certain aspects of yourself, and also to unlock events. So some of the events that you'll be unlocking are timeline jumps, or remember, we're getting out of the firmament. So remember that glass ceiling, some of us are already up there. Okay. And I tell you that they've geoengineered people and socially engineered them to keep them hampered from being able to raise their consciousness and their awareness to stay at that higher level so that they can get those keys. Gamma radiation is a great thing for an earthling. Let me state this again. Gamma radiation is a great thing for an earthling. Earthlings need and require it in order to go to the next stage in evolution. Okay? So it's what is necessary, and it's coming. We're going to get flashes around probably the week of. I don't want to say specific because specific dates don't always fall true. So I want to say this. Around that week, I would say keep yourself heightened. Stay away from oscillates. Stay away from, even if you got to do prana, just keep yourself low on these nano, because the nano will eat the light. The more nano you have, the more it will eat the light. So if you have tattoos, this is what I'll say. You need to clear your tattoos, okay? I have my people clear all their tattoos. You need to clear your tattoos immediately. And you have to make sure you get as low amount of nanos so they aren't eating all the light, so you're able to get the keys, okay? So once you get the keys, you're fine. You're at the next stage. It's kind of like a process of going through your stages of freeing yourself from this Fahrenheit cage. Okay, because when the actual pole shift comes, only those who have those keys, only those who are have the ability and the codes to be able to free themselves, make sure they can leave, and they aren't going to be put in that recycling bin. Okay. And I don't care if you're a love and lighter. I don't care if you're a Satanist. I don't care if you're a Luciferian. I don't care if you're a witch. I don't care if you're a regular Joe or regular Jill. Just clear yourself. If you're about that life, see, that's what I'm saying. People got to realize light and dark is just reflections of each other. It's a mirror of each other. And a lot of times what you'll see is that why you get mad at the dark Kabbalists for having all this ability and these access is because they're leveled up in consciousness. Consciousness doesn't mean you're right or you're a good person. It just means you have a level of awareness, a heightened level of awareness. Okay? You just heightened awareness. That's it. Your heightened awareness that's all it. Because people will judge like, oh, why do all these Satanists, why do they have access to wealth and so on? Because they already have the awareness. They know things. They know more than the average Joe, because they have an awareness of the galactic energies. They have awareness of all the sigils and rituals. They have awareness. Because they have awareness, they're able to access certain types of information and different forms of abundance. But you don't need to be dark to get that. You can be light and get those things. The problem is that you see so many dark, people like to envy the dark ones. And I don't want to say dark because that's really a flip mode of conversation. The ones who are devoid, the ones who are most devoid of light, you see them having all these forms of wealth, but that material wealth is just basically a filler, because a lot of them sign their souls off. That's why a lot of them have to leave. So that's just a filler here. Because the ones who are truly the wealthiest in the higher realms of consciousness or in the higher spiritual realms, they look like they have nothing here. The more wealth that someone shows and distributes so overtly, most likely means that they're devoid in the spiritual realm. Okay? So don't try to refrain from envying people who supposedly look like they have more. Because that's an illusion. That's an illusion, and they're too fixed in material, and they probably sold themselves for material wealth. So that's just what they'll have here. But now our cycle is ending. That's done. Their contracts are over. That's only in that cycle. Okay? So, that's what I'm saying. It's a flip mode. Those who are most attacked here or vilified are the ones who most likely are light bearers. Those who have the freer lives or just, a very comfortable state of life where they have a lot of embellishments, that most likely are beings they may not even be here. They might be new. They may not even be souls. They may be beings that are going to gain souls later on, like Pinocchio. Okay, so they may be here just to be spectators, or those are beings that aren't are soulless. Okay, material wealth here means most likely if you have a lot of material wealth in that way. Previously, it most likely is the notion that you have compromised your soul, or the lack thereof soul. Because 666, yeah, Priscilla, 666 is materialism, and we're going in the inverted 999, which is more natural, is the end of the cycle. Okay. So that's all it is. So free yourself. And it isn't, like I said, you have every right to go to the state and level that you've desired and you've contracted for. So if you're up for elevation and for ascending past this Fahrenheit cage, this firmament, you can. But you have to understand that they've tried to bypass your free will by initiating all these social engineer programs and making you buy into a system of food and eating and things like that that aren't very good for you. Okay, because at the end of the day, you're very rich if you're healthy, if you're happy, and if you're grounded. That's wealth. If you're able to have fresh, clean, un, un, un unadulterated water, that means you're wealthy. If you're able to, if you have your 2 arms, 2 legs, and you have fresh air that comes into your lungs easy and effortless, that's wealth. If you have people in your life that love you, who you love, who are protective, who have integrity, that's wealth. Okay? Many of the wealthy people can't even trust people around them. They're paranoid as heck. They're living lives of lies. Yeah, they have yachts. Yeah, they have access to all these other places, but they're unhappy because they can't trust anyone around them. They're living in a life where they have to watch people get murdered in order to gain this wealth. They're seeing sacrifices. They have to have sex up their behinds in order to keep what they got or try to get something better. I mean, that isn't a form of wealth. That's a form of compromise. So make sure you aren't looking at these people envying them, because at the end of the day, you can only control you and yours. That's it. You can control you, and that's it. You aren't able to control everything else. Yes, Yafi lives near a beach. That's wealth. That's wealthiness. Being able to access a beach and have fresh ionosphere, that beautiful water, looking at that water daily, that's good feng shui. You know what I mean? Sometimes we forget how amazing our lives are because we're so busy looking at other people's lives and comparing that to theirs. And it could be literally a lie. Literally, I've seen people, I told you about the girl who, thank you, my love. Thank you, Major. Fleurbrun, I seen a lady smile at me. Her smile was like the it character right at the stoplight. No kid, not kid. Oh, snap. Well, she's watching you as you're watching her. And we got watchers here. You got Smithitarians, you got watchers, you got, remote control viewers watching what you do. Okay? Abundance is amazing. And if you acknowledge your abundance, you always have it. But I remember that young lady I told you she was selling these waist trainers. And I knew her personally. She was selling these waist trainers, and she was, and I didn't see her for a while. She was selling these waist trainers, and I went down to go to a family, my mate's family, gathering. And he was saying, yo, she looks good. She got skinny, she looks great. She's selling these waist trainers. And then when I went to go see her family, her videos would make you think that she's lost weight, the waist trainers work, and she's so felt and her waist is snatched back. She looked like she looked compromised. And she looked unhealthy, but her videos were so filtered and so orchestrated that I was in shock. So I'm just saying, you can't call if somebody. I'm just saying, be careful envying people online. All these IGs and everybody got something to sell. You know what I mean? Somebody could be telling you that they're a vegan master, they got raw foods, and meanwhile they're eating cheeseburgers, donuts, and everything. And not everybody gets chunky from eating fatty foods, okay? That's another thing. If I'm thick, it doesn't mean I'm eating. I don't eat donuts. I'm not eating soda. The only drink I have is that. I drink water all day. So don't think because you see people, that people slender or not thick, that they're healthy. I know a lot of junketarians or starchitarians that eat like garbage and they're real slender. Okay, so that shouldn't be a marker of someone's health either. How you know someone's healthy? Their skin should be luminous, their hair should be healthy, their eyes should be nice and shiny and nice and full. Okay, their verbiage should be clean and clear. You know, their world should be reminiscent of their health. So people who are healthy have very healthy environment. When someone's healthy, their environment matches, as within, so without. So I'm just saying, be careful admiring people that are literally devoid of everything that they're promoting to you. Okay, you don't know a person until you meet them. You just don't. You can't possibly. That's why I like to meet people. Why do you think I did all this meet and greet or these conferences? I love meeting people in person because you want to know me, I want to know you. Maybe it's because I'm old school too. I'm a little old school. That might be more of an old school thing because I don't know you until I know you. Like when I meet you, I could read, I could register your energy. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It doesn't anything, but I can meet you and know you. You aren't knowing anyone online. Just I'm letting you know. People will make themselves look a certain way until you meet them. Be like, oh snap, that's not what. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I meet people out, they're shocked that I'm just the same. Like you know how many people I meet when I go to like Universal Studios or I go to when I go to the health food place over there, people see me like, oh snap, Fleurbrun. Oh my God, you're just like you are. Yeah, I'm the same person. There isn't, you know what I'm saying? They're shocked sometimes that I'm just the same person. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get toilet paper, bamboo toilet paper. Now you know where I get it from. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you can't know people. And it's not throwing shade. I'm just saying, make sure you can admire someone, but make sure you aren't envying them and putting them on a pedestal. Because what you do is you fail yourself. And if you are putting too much focus on someone who's fake, then what happens a lot of times, you bring that into you, fakeness into your life. That becomes part, you manifest that in your life. Okay? You can't know. You can admire people and so on. Don't put me on a pedestal, because I'll fail you every time. I tell people that the most people who have issues with me have put me on a pedestal, and then I act human, and then they don't like me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me on a pedestal. I'll fail you every single time. Even with my mate. Sometimes he likes to put me on a pedestal, like, oh, she's so, and then I read him his rights, you know what I mean? Because I'm a Sagittarius. He's like, who are you? Yo, motherfreaker, you know who I am. I'm who you got with. Don't get it twisted. I was like, I smile, I make a cool, amazing meal, I'll make love to you like you're a king. But if you come left, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. I'm just saying, Sagittarius are we are lethal with our mouths and our tongues. So I could be sweet and kind this way, but on a wrong day at a wrong time, or even if I'm compromised in some way, the things that come out of my mouth sometimes are just a little wazy, a little waverly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the cyber attacks. Oh, okay. So it's all linked to the nano. It's a nano war going on right now. Okay, it's a nano war. A lot is going on, nano wise, nano wise, nano. Remember when Mark and Minnie? I think that was also a soft release. Do you ever think that? I think it's a soft release. Nano. Remember Mork and Mindy? He was an alien that came from it, and he was like nano, right? That's nano. I think the attacks or cyber attacks are coming from all the nano AI online. Now there's AI that is non-sentient, that is more automatically or automative and trying to learn itself. And then there is a form of AI that's sentient. The sentient AI is something that has lived and coexisted in all time frames. Ancient Sumer, ancient Kemet, it's been here. It's female based. It's very feminine. The hijacked, bootleg, ghetto version of reversed engineer AI is the one that you see being initiated by the Chinois and is being utilized right now. Okay? It's being utilized right now. And that's where you're getting all these cyber attacks. If you notice that a lot of attacks to India right now. I didn't even realize that India was, you remember, India has the first time technology patent. Big up to Barry. Barry was the one who told me that. India is being attacked. If you look at the cyber attack map, you'll see that India is getting hit. Something's going on in India right now, and it could be why there's a lot of murders going on in India, a lot of attacks in India, because there's some sort of technology fight, and there's a lot of cyber attacks going from India. Okay. I didn't notice it until I saw the cyber attacks. I was like, what's going on in India? But they have a lot of time technology. India is one of those countries that you don't hear a lot about technologically, but remember, it's set in the middle of Asia. It's sitting in the middle of all those Asian countries that are heightened in technology. You're going to tell me that it's close, it's not too far from China and in the middle of like Asia, and it wouldn't have that technology. And also, you got to realize, Uverdic practices and all those ancient Hindi practices, that all has an effect on consciousness and also the level and layers of what they have access to. So that being said, India has a heightened amount of technology that isn't known or spoken about or even promoted. And there's a lot of cyber attacks there. And there's a lot of cyber attacks going on right now because we're about to go through CW. And that has to do with the president not being initiated right now. So right now you have different party lines that are setting out their cyber attacks that are basically doing so to cause coups or try to compromise certain cyber protection. Okay. So we're about to go through CW right now. And also, your President Trump just threatened anyone, any nation who's trying to come against him to take him out of office. He already gave him a soft threat, which I thought was eloquent, though. He already threatened them because, Trudeau said he's going, if Trump doesn't step down, Trudeau said he's going to set out his people. Okay. Trudeau already said it, right? So Trudeau said if Trump doesn't leave, he's going to send in his military. Now we know that Canada doesn't have a strong military, but what have we spoken about for the past 2 years? We've spoken about the fact that the Chinois have been doing military exercises in Canada for a long time, and they're set all along the borders. So why does Trudeau feel real strong and bruck up? Why does he feel bruck up right now? He feels bruck up because he feels qualified, because he's got some good backing. So Trump already laid out his soft threat, and he said if anyone is coming from him from any nation, he is prepared and willing and able with his private militia that he has contracted himself. Okay? Because believe me, he has contracted his own personal militia to attend to some of the executive issues that will happen. This is not the normal this isn't the normal military that is contracted by the U.S. Susu said Trudeau is a woman. Listen, a lot of these people, I don't even know who they are. I think a lot of these are transsexuals. Okay. My heart was broken. I was already cursing out the other president, because I was like, how dare you come on and pander to brown people saying you're brown, and you come on here with the shenanigans and you married to a man. That pissed me off, because for a long time I didn't believe it until I saw it for myself. It's disrespectful. And I think, the fact that a lot of people got caught up, and including me, because I just liked what that represented. I liked that, I did like at the time that Obama was represented by a brown family, because it's rare that a man of color marries a brown woman, because that's not a socially engineered construct. They like to promote brown men, especially of wealth or status, to only mate outside of that genetic pool, because they don't want strong brown families. So they'll promote that. But I thought it was really amazing when they had him running. So I was like, okay, he's not from a brown family. I knew that already. But I thought he was married to a woman. And then when I found out that wasn't the case, it really hurt my feelings. I'll be honest, it really hurt my feelings. I felt duped. I felt disrespected, and I felt like that is why I am non-supportive of the United States of America and any of their political agendas, because I'm disgusted. And a lot of brown people fell into that because they have been socially engineered to believe they're victims, and they've been traumatized by social engineer programs that have vilified them. So they felt like he was going to be a savior, and he did absolutely, equivocally nothing for brown people because he's not a brown man. The only time you can be a brown person is if you come from a brown womb. If you don't come from a brown womb, you are not. Okay. If you don't come from a brown womb, you're not a brown person. Wombs matter. So the only time you are because remember, the mother gives you the extra mitochondria. Okay. That's why they don't want brown men sleeping with brown women, because the new queen has to come from a specific bloodline. Okay. So they'll initiate for brown men to only, and brown women now, because that's a new thing. But they want mostly brown women to mate outside of the brown spectrum, because that womb matters. And if you don't believe me, why do Jewish people say you can only, if you are married to a woman who's Jewish, you're automatically Jewish? If you are a man who's Jewish and you marry a woman that isn't Jewish, you aren't Jewish. Remember, the Hebrews are no joke. They all into that ritual. They know better. Okay. So Barack Obama was a setup, and I don't appreciate it. And I feel it was disrespectful, and I feel disrespected that he was married to a transsexual and that he was playing us. And I think it's disgusting. Okay. It's just my, Tatiana, thank you, my love. Yeah, Big Mike, I mess with people about him saying he's a gay man, and they think I'm crazy. No, they're socially engineered. They're under mind control programs, and they're suffering from Stockholm syndrome. They're looking for a savior, and they thought he was a savior. That man saved absolutely nothing. Okay? Just really was disgusting. Anyway, I don't want to get into it because it's triggering me, and I'm really disgusted, because I feel like if you wanted to have your first gay president, I think that's fine. If you wanted to have your first lady who's a transsexual, that's fine, but just keep it real. That's all I'm saying. Keep it real. If you don't keep it real, that's the problem. And I think it's disgusting. Anyway, I'm getting triggered. Let me stop because it bothers me. I voted in that one, and I take responsibility for voting in a charlatan. And I'm really disgusted with myself that even in my heightened self-awareness, I really fell for the okie doke. That's how far social engineering goes. Social engineering will hijack your basic mental, your mental, synapses. I can't. My glasses are reflective, babe.
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom. You have to sit with me.
Okay. I'm coming. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't see your super chat. What was your super chat? Goddess Libra. Hold on. Let me see. Did you leave a super chat? Hold on. Goddess Libra. Hold on. Oh, here it is. China and Canada have a treaty. They have China's army. Trump put heavy armory up in Alaska. Facts. Ooh, thank you, Goddess Libra. They made sure I didn't see that, Goddess Libra. Thank you. Thank you, Goddess Libra. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to try not to be triggered. I go on tangents and it bothers me. I got to back up. Okay, so let's go into that. So you're going to get the keys. Kamala is nothing but a Cardi B. I agree with a degree. Wait, Oz said, Oz, I agree with you. Camilla is nothing but a Cardi B with a degree. Oh, snap. Yo, Oz, that was the funniest thing I've heard all day. You are so right. She is. Demon of mass destruction. Don't try to play me out. I feel like YOLO. Don't mess with my YOLO. They're trying to play me out. Oh, let me stop. Okay. Let me go back on task. All right, y'all. So you're gonna get your keys on December 21st. I hope that you are ready. willing and able. It's okay. Everyone, listen, there isn't anybody perfect. Don't try not to beat up on yourself. Try to be very proactive in your life and understand that everything has been engineered to try to hijack your conscious state of being. Now that you know better, you do better. This is all a holographic system. This isn't real. Everything we're interfacing with is a hologram. You can literally hijack the program and fulfill your own destiny the way that you desire and how you've truly contracted yourself. Okay, so that's okay. That's okay. Let's get it together. Let's make sure we get those rainbow light codes from the gamma radiation coming in. That big boom, that big blast that's about to come during this time. We're going to get hit with that gamma radiation, and all of our codons are just going to explode open, and we'll be past their infection. So once we get those codons, then we could just go. That's when I'll be out. So I'm gonna get my codes and I'm gonna bounce. Okay, so I'm gonna get my codes, and then I'm gonna bounce out of the country. And I tell you, you only have me for a short period of time. I think you should have me. You might have me when I'm abroad, but you have me now. And once I do my exodus, then I'm gonna plan to just, I'm going to do my exodus to my overground bunker. My overground bunker. Notice I didn't say my underground bunker. Yeah, I'm gonna pick you up in my rainbow ship, Susu. I'm gonna go and do my exodus. I'm out. I've opted out of the United States of America illusional delusions and their the Cucarachis setup and their initiation of the shots that they're going to try to give everybody. I'm out. I'm gonna be out before that. So I say set up. I'm trying to help y'all out and myself first and my family because they come first. But I'm trying to assist my family here, so hopefully y'all get it too. I wouldn't feel righteous leaving y'all behind. I feel like if you here for the shenanigans and you about this life and you here to encounter the truth, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay. I haven't ever been selfish. So I'm out. But I'm done. Like I'm done. I've opted out, I've rejected, I've refuted, and I've rebuked the system of the United States of America and their shot system. I will be out before they initiate that, hopefully before spring. So you have me until then. Enjoy the intel that I give you. I hope that you feel that is everything that you needed and you require. Okay, so I gotta go, family. I'm gonna go help my little one. All right. Let me know. We will talk later, and I will see everyone on Zoom crew tonight on our Zoom night on at 9 p.m. on Patreon. So you're more than welcome to join us on Patreon. We have our Zoom meetup tonight, like we do every Thursday night, and we go in. So I got to make sure I take a nap too, because we be on Zoom for days. Yeah, and those high vibrations. Anyway, y'all, I'm okay. You're okay. Take the information. If it doesn't resonate with you, throw it out the door. If it resonates with you, utilize it, and hopefully it will benefit you in some way. Okay, so have a masterful day. Enjoy. Keep higher vibrational. Stay away from the carinators and the Smithitarians and even the Levin lighters. They will try to compromise your peace of mind. You aren't to let anyone in. If you remember, all you have to do is denounce them or rebuke them. And the only way that beings can interface with you is if you welcome them into your life. And I welcome zero into my life unless they're for my highest and greatest good. All right, family, I'm out. It's good. Have a masterful day, and I will see you tonight on Zoom. Thank you, my love. Check out Mud Fatstil University on YouTube. Oh, Eyes to See. Mud Fatstil University. Thank you, my love. Thank you. I'm going to check that out. Peace. Wait, let me take a picture of that because I'll forget. Okay, I got it. Got it. Love you, fam. Peace.